Hello, my dear students. In this video, we'll answer module 2, and we'll count how many questions that we can use Desmos to answer. So let's get started. Question 1. An automobile factory makes 1,200 vehicles in one day. If the factory operates continuously for 1 week, at this rate, how many vehicles will it make? So in 1 day, it makes 1,200. So 1 week, it's 7 days. So we'll just multiply 1,200 times 7. 12 times 7, it's 84, and write down 2 zeros. So the answer is 8,400. Let's move to question 2. If 10a equals 30, what is the value of 9a? So we have 10a equals to 30. You can divide it both sides by 10. It means a equals 3. To find 9a, you'll just multiply 9 times 3. 9 times 3 equals 27. The answer is A. Question 3. Taro bakes 340 cookies and give 20% of them for his neighbors. How many of the cookies did Tola give to her neighbors? So you will calculate 20% out of 340. So we can use Desmos. It's okay. You can use the calculator, no problem. So 20% of 340, it will be 68. So the answer is D. Let's move to question 4. The function h is defined by the given equation, which is h of x equals 11x minus 5. When x equals 6, what is the value of h of x? So just replace x with 6. So h of 6 equals 11 times 6 minus 5. 11 minus 6, it's 66 minus 5, it will be 61. So the answer is 61. Let's move to question 5. The distribution of 469 dogs that visited a dog park over an 11-day period is shown in the bar graph. So we have, this is the number of days, and this is the number of dogs. How many dogs visited the dog park on day 7? So check day 7, it's 50. So the answer is 50. Question 6. It's very small. The graph shown intercepts of the x-axis at x and 0. What is the value of x? We want to find the x-intercept. This point is what? It's -5 and 0. So x is -5. Let's move to question 7. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to 14a plus 7a times b squared? This question, we have two methods. You can take 7a as a common factor from both terms, or you can multiply each one and check which one it will be equals 14a plus 7ab squared. So this one you will eliminate it because this is only one term, but in the question we have two terms. We can check C, 7a times a, it will be 7a squared, which is not correct, plus 7 times 14, ab, that's not correct. So check B, 7a times 2, it will be 14a. And 7a times b squared, it will be 7ab squared, which is equivalent to the expression above. So the answer is B. Let's move to question 8. A rectangle A has length of 80 and the width of 24. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? You know the perimeter of the rectangle, it's length plus width, all times 2. So it's 80 plus 24, all times 2, which equals 208. Question 9, the point with the coordinate 3 and n lies on the line shown. What is the value of n? 3 and n. So this is 3 and n represent something. So we want to find the y-coordinate of this point. 3 and something. In this question, you can use Desmos. Just pick 2 points lies on the line. I think it's better to pick the 2 points of the intercepts. So this is 0 and 5. And this is 12 and 0. Then use Desmos, press plus, table, 0 and 5. This is 0 and 5, and we have 12 and 0. Then press on this button, add regression. This is a line, straight line, or linear function, so it's linear regression. So this is the equation. Just to change y into f of x, and find f of 3. Because we want to find the image of the point if x is 3 y equals what? So f of 3 equals 3.7499, which is approximately 3.75. Then we check the choices. We have 13 over 4, which is 3.25. It's not correct. 15 over 4. It's a 3.75, and this is the nearest value, so the answer is B. So this is the first question. We can use Desmos on it. Let's move to question 10. Imagine it has a hat with 18 cards inside. The face of each card has a number from 1 to 18 written on it. With a different number on each card, if the magician task takes out of a single card, what is the probability of the number is not 6? So we have 18 cards, so the total number of the cards is 18. It's not 6, so we'll eliminate only one element from 1 to 18. So it will be 17. So the answer is 17 over 18, which is D. Let's move to question 11. The function g is defined g of x equals -2 x squared. What is the value of g of 3? You can use Desmos, or you can, it's very easy to find g of 3. Just replace x with 3. So it's -2 times 3 squared. So it's -2 times 9, which equals -18. So the answer is A. Let's move to question 12. In this figure, we have two parallel lines, and we have this angle is 148. We want to find the value of D. This is 148. You can find the measure of this angle because both angles are supplementary. You'll just subtract 180 minus 145 to find the measure of this angle. So it's 180 minus 148, which equals 32. So the measure of this angle is 32. We have two parallel lines, and we have line B is a transversal. So the measure of this angle equals the measure of this angle because both angles are corresponding. So this angle measure is also 32. The answer is B. Let's move to the next question, question 13. Which of the following equations could be defined the line of the best fit for the scatter plot shown? This line. So, and you know that the equation of the straight line, it's y equals mx plus b. If the line in this direction, it means its slope is negative. But if you have a line in this direction, like this, like Nike, so its slope is positive. So we will check which choice has a negative slope. This is negative 0.7, it works. This is positive 0.7, it doesn't work, so we'll eliminate it. This is negative 0.7, which is, maybe it's correct. And this is D, has a positive slope, so it's not correct. So we have A and C. And we have the y-intercept is what? It's 13, approximately 13. So we have the y-intercept here is negative 13, so it's not correct. But C, we have 13. This is the y-intercept, so the answer is C. Let's move to question 14. There are 20 values in data set R. We have 20 values represented by the dot plot shown. The data set is created by subtracting 8 from each. So this is data set R. We have another data set, which is S, created by subtracting 8 from each of the values in the data set R. Which of the following correctly compares the ranges and the means of data set R and S? So if you subtracted 8 from both, you know that the range is subtracting the maximum minus the minimum. So if you subtracted 8 from each, the data set R range, it will be equals also the data set S range, because they are equals in range, because you will subtract 8 from each data set. So we have the range R equals range for R equals the range of S. But if you subtracted 8 from dataset R to create dataset S, you will find that the mean of S, it will be less than the mean of R, because R has higher values, but the same number of dots, okay? So the dataset S mean, it's less than the dataset mean of R. So we have the mean of R greater than the mean of S. We'll check which one. Range is less than no. Range is less than no. The range of dataset S is equals to range of R. Yes, correct. And the mean of S is equal. No, it's not equal. So the last one, the range equals the range and the mean of dataset S less than the mean of dataset R, which is correct. So the answer is D. Okay, let's move to 15. Easy question. During a video game session, a player scored a total of 1,000 points for C cooperative missions and S solo missions. The equations 20C plus 25S is 1,000. Represents the solution. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 25 in the contest? So you have to read this equation carefully. This is the total number of points. This is 20 and this is 25. C, this is the cooperative. S, this is the solo games. So if multiply 20 times the cooperative plus 25 times the solo games, it will be 1,000 points. So we want to check 25 is what? 25 represent the number of the 25 solo. This is 25. It represents the solo missions during this session. So we will read all of them. The player complete 25 cooperative. No, we are talking about solo. The player 25 score point for each. No, it's not the cooperative. The cooperative, it's 20. The player complete 25 solo missions during this session. 25 solo missions? No, he completes 25S, not 25. So it's not C. Let's read D. The player scored 25 points for each solo mission during this session. Yes, which is correct. It means the answer is D. This is very important questions. It's repeated on most of the exams, so be careful when you are reading the equation. Read it carefully and try to answer it in a correct way. Let's move to 16. We have g of x equals root x over 2. We have g of x equals 5. What is the value of x? If g of x equals 5, it means root x over 2. This is equals 5. You can use cross multiplication. So root x over root x equals 2 times 5, which is 10. It means x equals 100 because you know that the square root of 100 equals 10. So the answer is 100. Let's move to question 17. We have y equals x squared minus 7 and x equals negative 7. When graphed in the xy plan, the given equation intersect the points x and y. What is the value of y? It's very easy. You can put x equals negative 7 and check the answer is what, or you can use Desmos and check the points of intersection. So it's better to use Desmos. We'll try it together. The first one, it's f of x equals x squared minus 7. And the second one, it's f of x or g of x. I'll change it. G of x equals negative 7. This one. So check now the points of intersection between the green and the blue. Where is x negative 7? Yes, in this direction. This is x negative 7. Go up, we can zoom out. So it will be this point, which is negative 7 and 42. So the value of y is what? It's 42. This is the value of y. So it's C. Let's move to question 18. A partial graph of y equals f of x. We want to find the value of f of 0. You can use the graph to find f of 0. When x is 0, it means y is negative 5. So the answer is A. Next one. Which of the following equations define a line and the xy plan has a slope of 1 over 6 and passes through the point 12 and negative 7? So which one has a slope 1 over 6? You know that the equation of the straight line y equals mx plus b. So y equals x over 6 plus b. If you want to find the value of b, just plug in 12 and negative 7 in this equation and find the value of b. So we will eliminate c because it has negative 9 as a slope, and 12x also eliminate d. So it may be a or b. Now we'll find the value of b. How can we find the value of b? At the point 12 and negative 7. Just plug in. For x, 12, and for y, it's negative 7. So it's -7 equals 1/6 times 12 plus b. Now simplify, divided 6, 1, divided 6, it will be 2. So -7 plus 2 equals 2 plus b. So b equals -9. So y equals x/6 minus 9, which is a. Let's move to question 20. How many distinct real solutions does the equation 4x² minus 8x minus 5 equals to 0? In this question, you can use the discriminant, which is b² minus 4ac, and check. If this value is greater than 0, it means it has two solutions. If it equals to 0, it means it has only one solution. If it's less than 0, it has no solution or imaginary solutions. But I think it's better to use Desmos to answer this question. Just graph the function and check from the graph how many x-intercepts. It's f of x, let's try it, equals 4x² minus 8x minus 5. We'll check. Okay, with the x-axis, it has two solutions, or two x-intercepts. So it has two solutions, so the answer is B. Okay, 1 second. Yes, it has two solutions. Let's move to 21. A jar contains a total of 37 red and blue tokens. So the total is what, 37? To play a game, the mass of one red token is 90 grams and the mass of one blue token is 120 grams. So we have the mass of each one, and we have the combined masses equal 3,810. How many of the tokens in the jar are blue? In this system of equations, you'll just create two equations. The first one for the total, x for the red, so this is for x, and the blue, this is for y for blue. So x plus y equals 37. And we have the mass of one red is 90, so the red is 90, x plus 120, y. This equals total 810. So this is 810. Oops. So it's a 3,810. Then you'll use Desmos to graph this system of equations and check the points of intersections for x and y, and check the value of y because it represents the value of the blue token. So we have x plus y equals 37, and the second one, it's 90x plus 120y equals 3,810. We'll check together the points of intersection. Okay, yes, here. Only one point of intersection. So we have 21 for red and 16 for the blue. So the answer is 16 because y represents the blue. So it's 16, which is B. Let's move to the next one, 22. Circle R is defined by the equation x plus 3 squared plus y squared equals 64. If circle S is a result of shifting the graph of the circle R to the right 7 units in the xy plane. What is the equation of the circle? You have to know that if you have left or right, x is responsible for shifting left or right. Up and down, this is for y. Okay, we'll shift the graph 7 units left. So 7 units in the positive direction, it means that you'll subtract 7 from this parenthesis. So it will be x plus 3 minus 7 raised to the power of 2 plus y squared equals 64. Now we have x minus 3 minus 7, it will be -4, and this is x squared plus y squared, and this is the answer. I think you can also use Desmos to answer, but it's very easy. No need to use Desmos on this type of questions. So the answer is C. Thank you for watching.